I have established a career in design and marketing, and I was self-taught when it came to trying to go pro as a golfer. Self-taught, just me and my dad. My dad was my caddy in all these tournaments, and it was me and him trying to. Oh man!
I was gonna ask you that. I know something hit your cranium.
Yeah, man.
The memory bank.
Oh my gosh! See, me and my dad, we've had some of the hardest laughs, the hardest laughs I've ever had. But also, we got to try to qualify for the Valero, which was our favorite one. Try to qualify for there. We tried the Texas Open, and it was such a great experience. And of course, to have him on the bag. My dad's, and I've always said it. He's been my hero from the very beginning, and. Oh man, I'll share one just because. Well, we were at the Valero. I think this was the pre-qualifier at this time, and we were. My dad, he used to tell us stories of him playing high school golf and nickel and diming with their clubs and team and bus and to the point where they had coaches that, they put and there's still coaches out there that do this, but put a bucket out there and just hit balls into the bucket, that type of stuff. He's showing up late to tournaments. So he always used to he always used to talk about them always being late to tournaments, golf tournaments, to the point where, he was one of the top golfers. They'd be rolling in, running out the bus, heading to the holes, doing that. And he didn't have to run too far, but he'd be making fun of some of those other kids that are running to like the ninth hole. And either way, we're all set, dude. And he's running late for the practice. He's running almost late. We still had a good time. And if you've been at the Comanche Trace, the clubhouse is on a pretty big hill, and it goes down into the course and the range, and you can see the course and the beautiful houses. So it's in a beautiful country club, but the road to it does this number, So and you can be on the parking lot, looking down the hill, all the way to the highway, and you can see cars coming in and whatnot. And I text him, "Where are you at?" We're fixing to start and got a little bit more time to hit some balls. And, he's paying for everything, so he's like, "I got it, just wait." And sure enough, I see him coming. That's the truck. That is the truck. That is his truck. It was the blue truck. They had a blue Ford. And I'm like, that is a truck. But there's something flapping on the top. And it is vibrant rose color. And he is doing this number. And now this is a country club. You got to be polished. Belt. No shorts. You got slacks and polo belt. Either way. You need to dress up.
There's an etiquette.
Yeah, etiquette. There you go. That's the word. And this mattress is doing this number. And I was like, it is him. And what that vibrant thing is, it's one of those mattresses that you buy probably at the flea market. And I'm like, what is going on? And he's coming, dude. And then I'm like, what is he doing with the mattress? And then we get up here, and then he parks, and yeah, sure enough, it is rope tied down, and it's done this. And you got distinguished lot of cars, and he comes off, and he's usually polished. He knows etiquette. He comes off in jean shorts with a Chico's Taco shirt. And Chico's Tacos, of course, is known here in El Paso. But a white Chico's Tacos shirt. And I go, what are you doing? And he goes, your mom, man. He does that. And he goes, look. And I go, what's the mattress for? And he goes, your mom. And he goes, I have to deliver it somewhere after this. Either way, I tell him. I go, let's go pay, man. But they're gonna tell you to change. And then he goes, he does that, and I'm like, he goes, let's go. And we get to the front, and we're telling them we're purchasing a practice round. We're gonna be in the tournament. And the guy's like this, looks at him like this, and he's holding his card. He's like doing this number, and then he goes, sir, you're going to have to change. That is not appropriate. And he goes, I know. I just got here, that type of deal. And either way, that's one. And there's many. But the reason why I brought up the old Van Horns, our alma maters where we graduated, and about them running and running to the tee box. Well, now it's tournament day, and he, he's sure. Like, I'm like, hey, dude. And we have arguments on who is right and who he said this. And I know. I was like, oh, we're teeing off at 10 in the morning off of number 1. and number 10 was probably about 50 yards that way on the other side. So we're here, and we're hitting balls, and we're about 15, 20 till. I go, you sure? And he goes, yeah, we got 10 o'clock. We're here. Number 1.
Yeah,
all right.
Caddy.
Yeah, all right. And then 10 minutes. And around 10 minutes, they're calling the next. They're actually 5 minutes. They call the next group. We see the group in front of us. They start teeing off. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm saying, these are the golfers in the pre-qualifier that are not invited into the tournament, and they're trying to get in, as well as other top golfers. So everybody's striping it, man. It's really awesome competition. Well, next up on the tee, and they start naming names. Smith, and, this and that, and no Urias, no Carlos, no Urias. And I look at him, and then this group, which is the group that we can see 50 yards away at number 10, they're exchanging, and they're starting to tee off. Boom. And all my dad goes is, here. And he hands me my driver, run. Like that. And here I am, a grown man, running to number 10 I'm here. And then I get on the tee, and I stripe it down the middle. And that's easy. It doesn't end there, dude. You think it does.
It just keeps going. He's the gift that keeps on giving, man.
Well, the elite rangefinders in hunting, or even in golf, they're the brand's Bushnell.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a reason why I call him Mr. Bushnell, because he's a caddy. He's supposed to be spot on with the yards.
Yeah.
You have a yardage book and whatnot.
It's laced up.
Well, I stripe it. Man, first hole, he catches up, and then we're like, all right, man, let's go. Man, we're down the middle. And if the yardage is pretty accurate, it's a wedge away. And at that time, a 60 degree, I hit 85, 100 yards. And then if I'm downhill, which we were downhill, I can push it. 115 max. We get there, and we know because of the tournament before, he can't use a rangefinder, so we have to go off on yards. And he goes, and I was like, what are we at, man? He brings up the book, and he's like, and one of the things that we said that he would always do is when it came to using my 60 degree from the fairway, any of my wedges, I was hot with the wedges, he'd be like, green light. green light special. Like if we're in the middle of Walmart, it's a discount. Meaning we should get this birdie in and out. So he's telling me the yardage. And then I'm looking, I was like, what are we at? And he goes, a 95 to the center. Green light. I go, all right, man. Boom. I get here, practice swing, boom. I'm visioning the shot. And I give it that 85, 90 yard shot, man. Boom. And to the point, it's going right at over, and it's going right at the pin. And to the point where he comes in line, and he's looking, and he goes, right at it. He's doing that number, and I'm holding it, man, because it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's right at it, dude. And I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm down the pipe on the drive. It's heading right at the pin. And I'm like, man, this is going to be close. And the green is here. It takes off, and it lands about 20, 30 yards short, 20 yards short, 25 yards short off of the green. And I look, and as soon as it does that, it doesn't even get nowhere near the green. Right on line, but nowhere near the green. And I look at him like this, and he's like, he's looking me up and down like if, what did you do?
Yeah.
You know? And I go, what's the yardage? And he's like, He's doing this number. He's doing that. I was like, hold on, what's the yardage? And I decide to just go and look for a sprinkler head where they used to have yardages.
Yeah. And
sure enough, a sprinkler is about 10 yards away. And this is all now my fault. Like I should have gotten double checks myself, in which I learned. I go and I look, and the yardage is 135. And he gave me an 85 yard shot. And so I go, 135 like this, and he goes, brings out the yardage book, and he's doing this. And I just go, and I look at him, I go, what's that, Mr. Bushnell? Pin seeker technology. Either